Chapter 1124. Close friend. Close friend. Davy Jones? Ogre Child Yamato's Golden Harvest Surrogate Pilgrimage, preventing an abduction on the road to Kuri. That's kind of messed up. That's kind of messed up. Also, why do the leaves look so weird? Why are the leaves like pitch black? They look really, really weird. like completely black. Okay, let's keep going. Oh, it's big news! It's big news, Morgan! Oh my god. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. It's time to get the dance floors of the world bouncing for— oh my god, bro is about to write the most clickbait headline of all time. Which, by the way, is it fair to assume that he will 100% frame Luffy as the bad guy? Because he's already framed Luffy as, like, attacking Egghead, right? So the framing around this is framing Luffy as the bad guy, which is probably a bad thing considering the world was already like, we don't want pirates to have the One Piece. So I think we might have an actual, like, we might have more enemies than we anticipate. We've got a fresh set list of tracks packed full of news. Give them fear. Paint a picture of utter disaster in the future. Bro, I think we got enough things going on. I don't think we need a utter disaster in the future. They're desperate for information, and the only place they'll get it is the next World Economic Journal. What is this word? You're incorrigible? What the hell does this word mean? Incorrigible. Of a person of their behavior not able to be changed or reformed. Not in my— I don't even know how many years of reading English. I don't think I've ever seen this word in my life. Incorrigible. That's such a weird word. Don't tell me how to run my stage, little girl, or I'll tell them where you're hiding. Oh, did I say something to offend you, you falsehood amplifying albatross? The intelligent people of the world won't be manipulated by your lies. Okay, you know what? I like this duo. I think we need to see more of them. I want to see sassy Vivi just putting down old Big News Morgan. Incredible. The translator had to take out the swords for this chapter. I think so. I think so. Now, Vivi, my dear sweet girl, let's not forget we have nowhere to go if we make him angry. Well, you have a point. The truth's a good tale as well. The whole world sinking into the sea. But the sky is my home. I guess it'll be my era soon. Collusion. Collusion with the mainstream media. Oh my god. So do you really want to take that attitude with me, princess? Sure, it won't set you back, wait, what? Sure, it won't set you back, in the days ahead? I'm sure. If the world is going to be destroyed, I don't expect to live through it anyway. Kinda based. Vivi's kinda based. I've always said this. A lot of people fear, like, a lot of, you know, world-ending disasters. Like, what would you do if, like, a meteor hit the planet? Well, I don't know, you'd probably just die. It's not that deep. And I think Vivi is kind of based for that. She's just like, oh yeah, if the world's gonna end, I don't really expect to live through it anyway. It is what it is. Kind of based. Kind of based. Oh, look at this! A whole pile of juicy stories to gawk at. Vivi, I don't think it's such a good idea to— My eyes already read it. Emperor Blackbeard versus Trafalgar Law, Emperor Redhair versus Eustace, Captain Kidd? Why is Captain Is he— It hasn't always been that way, right? Is he memeing around the fact that it's Captain Kidd? Or is that just like his middle title? Middle name? I'm not gonna grovel just to save my own skin. That sounds way too metal. I like this more. I just don't expect to live. Captain's not part of his actual name? I guess, but also— it's such a weird thing to put, like, in the middle, you know? And usually, wouldn't you put, like, titles not in, like, double quotes, but in single quotes? That's usually how you do titles. Whatever the case. Whatever the case. Emperor Straw Hat Luffy. Murders Vegapunk! All capital letters bolded. Nice. It's consistent, not meant to be an insult. Okay, unfortunate. I thought if Big News Morgan was insulting Captain Kidd, it would be even more funny, but I guess not. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. Man, you know what? I kind of love fake news Morgan. Fake news Morgan, this is the kind of chaos I like. He's just out here making clickbait headlines, and I respect that. I respect that. I respect that. He's grinding. Bro is working. Come in. Is everyone dead? Creak, creak. Oh, there he is. He survived. Sent tomorrow. So what's gonna happen with him? You know what? Like my connecting things brain is immediately like Sentomaru, the dude who blocks everything, right? Sentomaru's whole thing is that he is like an incredible blocker. And he is still probably technically to some capacity on the side of the Navy, right? Like he's obviously fleeing, but kind of sort. Also, this is obviously Ohara parallels, right? I didn't mention it, but clearly it is. It's like the same thing with Robin, like alone in the boat. It's basically the same thing, which is very, very cool. That said, my brain immediately goes to this guy can block a lot of things. What do we have? The King Punch. Not saying there's a connection there, but I think there might be a connection there. Because the King Punch is like a huge Chekhov's gun in my opinion. I think the whole, if I charge up my punch and then it can like destroy everything, it's like stronger than... They made like a ridiculous comparison. Wasn't it like it's stronger than like the Emperor's or something? Something along those lines. The King Punch was like built up to be actually insane. He's a third party doing his own thing and only plays the other sides when it suits him. Just like YouTubers. Just like me, for real, for real. We're just chilling here, right? The best thing about being a YouTuber or a news reporter is that depending on which side is generating more hype, you just do that. A good game comes out, you just say it's the best game ever. A bad game comes out, you just say it's like the worst game ever. It's simple. It's strong enough to take on an emperor. Okay. Well, I mean, still, it's a big deal, right? It's a very, very big deal, and it's just one punch. So it does seem like a huge thing. Because I remember when I made my video, I think I even put in, I don't remember if I cut it or not, but I had a bunch of ideas about using the King Punch to like hit the ground, not the grand line, the red line. Because that is like something, you know, connecting the seas and stuff. That's like a thing that rattled around my brain for a long time. I don't remember if it's in the videos or not. Come in, egghead. Oh, shut up. Why are you picking up the call? Borsalino? What happened to the others? Every last one of them is asleep and foaming at the mouth. What's that supposed to mean? Is Saint Saturn unharmed? What about the power planets? Or power planet. I was like, what the hell is a power planet? Power plants. Any escapees? So is this actually... I said this is like Ohara. Is this actually Kizaru's Aokiji moment? Like with the whole, oh, shut up. Like before he even picks up the thing? Because he talks about being just a gear in the system and stuff. This could very well be his Aokiji moment. That would be kind of cool. Okay, let's see. I'll have a report sent in once the youngins wake up. You better not have done a sloppy job on this one, Borsalino. Alright, Sakazuki. Can they please use their freaking admiral names? This confuses me so much. Alright, Sakazuki. Tell me something. Have you ever killed a close friend? Man, you got a big head! I'm Borsalino, a Navy sailor. How much can you pay? Huh? This arrest is just an excuse. What you really want is my brain. How much can you pay in research funds? Oh, you're funny. And this is what it'll look like. And I'm going to call it Egghead. We're building the future 500 years ahead. I could use a hand, Borsalino. You know I'm an admiral, right? Oh, look at that. That's cute. Man, that's so cute. That's so cute. And then, oh, I can already like envision this in the anime. The whole like up close on the shades, and Vegapunk is just falling over. That's gonna be so cool. The scan's called Vegapunk his best friend. Yeah, in this case, like best friend definitely hits different than close friend. Best friend to me is like it's a commitment, right? Like, close friend, I think you could call a lot of people close friends, but best friend, that's a commitment. That is, like, the one and only the best friend. Oh, yeah, and chapter... No, chapter is called close friend. Chapter is called close friends, not best friend. You want to know if I did a sloppy job? Sakazuki? If you have time to sit there and doubt me, then come over here and see my work for yourself, you ungrateful brat. I'm sorry, brother. This is a cultural question. Do people in Japan usually use the word brother in terms of like a bro? Is that a thing people use? Or is brother meant to be taken at face value? Brother. Yakuza use? Yeah, I don't know. Because I think that is an important detail here, right? Because if it is just like a I'm sorry, brother, that is like that's an incredibly powerful line on its own, right? Especially with him just responding with don't even start. Aniki? Oh yeah, I've heard Aniki in anime. I've heard that. Yeah, like brothers in arms and brothers, those are like, those carry two entirely separate meanings, right? Because one implies actual history going back to their childhood. The other potentially implies an event that has bonded them to a ridiculous degree. Interesting. Interesting. I love this dynamic, though. This is what I've been wanting to see for such a long time. Like, actual drama among the Marines. This is good. And like, another interesting thing here is that he was the one who ordered the Buster call on Ohara, right? Because that was like the place where people told me that he is there, but I didn't even realize because I didn't even know who I was looking for. So it's like the same thing happening, but with just a different person. Sanji and Zoro could easily use the term Kyodai when they decide to fight together. Yeah, I don't know. This is like a cultural thing. I would have to look into that. Yeah, this is good. I like this. I think this broke Kizaru more than Ohara broke Kuzan. Well, I mean, what's his face? Saul D. Goodman. Well, he's alive, right? And he let Robin go, and then he even followed up on Robin a bunch of times. So yeah, I think it's fair to say that this broke Kuzan, not Kuzan. Oh my god, the freaking names. This broke Kizaru like a lot more. Yes. Yeah, he didn't order. Yeah, that's my bad. He was the vice admiral there. Yes. He was like in charge. He was responsible, but he didn't order it. Yes. 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 Oh my god, I'm gonna have to get used to like another ridiculous form of scales. I just see a ship, and I'm just like, what am I looking at? It's like an ELBAF ship, and then I look down, and it's the freaking Sunny. It's so small. It's so quiet. Are they done partying? Sounds like they only had one mug each. I didn't think Luffy would feel so down. I mean, I know we didn't fulfill our goal, but I re-Krayzar a ride-off egghead. It was the 5 elders, a Navy Admiral, CP0, the Seraphim, and a blockade of battleships. It's such a miracle that we even escaped that hell. I still can't entirely wrap my head around it. Mind, rather. But same! Same. I think, by the way, now that it is all said and done, I am honestly, like, insanely surprised that this went down as smooth as it did. Because the moment the elders showed up, I was, like, pretty locked in that, yeah, this is Sabaody 2.0. The moment we saw the elders drop in, I was like, we're cooked. That's it. Because they were using powers, we don't even know what the powers even are now. Like the whole freaking summoning circles, you know? That was like a completely, literally out of this world ability, which I still think people don't talk about this nearly enough. We have seen this with Brook. The freaking Brook dudes, the only cover story that has had literally zero development around it. The whole, like the Brook cult, who used like the circle, and then Brook was there, you know? I think there was lore behind that. The whole summoning angle, I think it is a legit thing in the world of One Piece. I do. I think it's like a forgotten technique of some sort. Backstory will be Akainu, Kizaru, and Aokiji as kids like Sabo and Luffy and Ace. Bro, if Oda actually does direct mirroring to the 3 of them, that would be riding fire. That would be like actually riding fire. We only lost 5 Vegapunks in the way. The Vegapunk losing thing, that's kind of like, because I get what you're saying, right? We did lose a lot of people along the way, but at the same time, Vegapunk was a like an arc exclusive character. Like, we knew Vegapunk existed for years and years and years and years and years and years, but we only met him now. So it's not really the same as, you know, facing a massive loss a la Sabaody. And I totally agree, but still, this is pathetic. He's one of the 4 emperors now, and he's moping over a geezer. Zoro! Be nice. She's awake! Huh? I'm so glad. Are you okay, Lilith? Oh yeah, we're in the cabin. Oh my god. This is gonna be so confusing. You know what I can't wait for? You know what I absolutely cannot wait for? For Oda to accidentally forget in one of these scenes that they are like supposed to be in a giant ship or a giant's room or something like that, and accidentally draw the Straw Hats as technically giants. That's gonna be very funny, because I can see that happening. I can absolutely see that happening, purely by accident. What is Usopp tinkering with? Good question. I don't know if it's supposed to be just like a throwaway thing or what, because I did notice it, and I don't know what it is. I've got no clue what it is. It just looks like a random thing with a nail sticking out of it. Be a real man, keep your emotions bottled up and die of stress at the age of 40? Yes. Based, true, and real. This is tough to admit, but if all the Vegapunks, we failed to bring anyone else but you. We're so sorry. Okay, this is where we need to which, by the way, this is what I said before the chapter started. We know that there's going to be some sort of Vegapunk shenanigans with Lilith. Lilith is functionally a Vegapunk of some sort. I don't think this is going to be like a Vegapunk that knows everything because they're connected to the Punk records. But I still think we're going to have an intellect buff. Let's see. We got a confirmation Lilith has feet. Her boots are on the couch. Thank you for telling me about that. This is valuable information in my further endeavors. Atlas knocked you out. I think that's why... Don't worry. I've just heard the whole story. You heard it? For whom? Now give me a minute to cry. What part of you is evil again? Okay, I'm hungry. I think they managed to sink before they left. Before I read anything else, I think he's alive. I think Vegapunk is alive. I do. And maybe he's in a satellite in space, which would be another neat callback to like calling them satellites. Well, big surprise, I have a satellite in space. Vegapunk is alive. I think so. I think so. I think so. Better get his spot next Stark. Zoro got moved aside in Wano. Oda basically told Frankie to take a hike in Egghead. One thing, we can talk about this after this chapter, but I do think that, like, this concept of, whose arc it is supposed to be, that doesn't really hold true anymore. It was very true in pre-timeskip, but nowadays, it's happened so many times that I feel like we kind of need to forget about that. Because, like, the only arc where it's, like, only one character was really Whole Cake, right? And that was Sanji. That's about it. Alright, let's keep going. You recover quickly. You want food? The Giants put out some food on the table. I guess it's because Vegapunk cut greed out of his brain. Oh, watch out. It's gloomy up there. Damn it. I gave him my word. I said I'd save the old apple man. Luffy's in a really bad shape. He's so depressed he's only eaten 5 bunches of grapes. Luffy is a grade A goofball. I love him. I love him. So you're feeling sad about me, Luffy? Well, don't worry. I just heard it all. What do you mean? Why do you keep saying you heard it? I was crying earlier because I was sad about everyone else's deaths, but it is only death by your... Yeah, it is only death by your concept of it. You see, the truth is, in short, they are all alive. But to you, they're dead. I don't get it. Are they ghosts? It's probably Chopper, right? The are they ghosts? That's probably Chopper. 100% that's Chopper. My point is, you did keep your promise to me. So, don't feel sad, Luffy. I don't know if this is supposed to be like a... If this is just supposed to be like the typical robot doesn't understand the concept of death, and it's like, yeah, they're all dead. But it doesn't matter. They were just like all data. You know, like, yeah, you thought they were friends, but really they were just robots. Yeah, they died, but it is what it is. We're just gonna make them again. Or, it is actually like a... I have all their memories, we are all still connected. I think it's the latter, but I still don't think Oda would really write Vegapunk into the Straw Hats, because I still think Vegapunk knows too much. That is still a belief I hold. When does a man truly die? True and real. When his name is forgotten, that's the answer. Yo! Straw Hat, feeling better now? Hey, giant guys, thanks for coming to save us. Are you ready now? Shall we feast? Or bring out the food? Okay, so we do. I already see it. Zoro, Luffy's better. I've been waiting for this. Eat all you want. Gobble, bubble, bubble, bubble. Look at the little boy. I can see Saul when we get to ELBAF. I'm so happy for you, Robin. Is Robin getting like the what's it called? What's the effect called when something is cute? And like you get not like angry, but you get like intense. Is that why she's squeezing Chopper and she's just like, I'll get to see Saul when we get to ELBAF? That's cute. I like that toast you gave earlier, Straw Hat. Vegapunk said that whoever finds the One Piece will ruin the whole world. Who do you think is gonna be the king of the pirates? That's the whole reason I went to the sea. I don't care if you guys end up as my enemies. You know it's gonna be me in the end. Whoa, cheers! The ship charts course northeast and routes to the storied land of ELBAF, home of giants. Warland, New World, ELBAF. Who the hell is that? I have ideas of who that could be. We'll get to them in a second. Let me catch up on everything. So is that it? Yeah, that's it. I mean, it makes sense that this chapter was shorter. This is just this arc is over, like officially. That's it. We got the toasting shot. That's it. GG's, we're done. Robin doing the "It's so fluffy" gif, something like that. It's because the Vegapunk brain is still alive. They're alive inside the brain, but they don't have a body anymore, like a vegetative state. We don't really know that. Like, that makes sense, right? But we don't know how the connection works. Like, what's the distance of the connection and stuff like that, you know? Because the brain is presumably still there. It's not destroyed, yeah. But I don't think there's like a... It's hard to say, like, what the connection there is. The leak speculation is that it's the guy in the Crocus cover. I was about to say that, yeah. The weird dude that is in the Crocus cover and hasn't been seen, like, since. But I also think my immediate idea... let me open it up, hold on. We can look at the Crocus guy. Because I know the Crocus guy has been talked about a lot, and it's another thing that I didn't know about because I hadn't read the things. This guy right here. So I think people expected him to show up in Wano for what I think are obvious reasons, but he didn't, right? So now it could be something to do with this, because obviously it's not actually gonna be Crocus, because Crocus is there with Laboon, right? But another person who I think it could be is, what the hell is his name? Clover. That's his name. Clover is supposed to be dead. He's supposed to be dead. But if you look at, like, the things on the panel, and then you look at his hair, I mean, look at his hair, and then look at the panel. Just putting it out there. It definitely looks like the same pattern, almost. I don't think Oda would do that. I don't, because I think he is actually supposed to be dead. But there is, like, because his shoulder goes, like, right up to here, and then there's literally, like, a circle. Clover's other brother, something like that. That or Shiki does... Actually, I think Shiki did have, like, very skinny hands. Yes, it could also theoretically be Shiki. Clover's too old to be alive. Now, I know he is, but, it's One Piece. I don't think, like, if I had to rank the probabilities, I think Clover is, like, I don't know, like, 3%. I don't think it's Clover. The only reason why I mentioned Clover is because it looks like the same hair. That's it. Scooper, I'm just gonna keep calling him Scooper. Gabon. It could be him. It could be him because it's the same hair, right? It's basically the same hair, like it goes up to his shoulder and then there's like his whole thing. It could be that. Because we've been talking about the idea of one of Roger's pirates like waiting on Laugh-Tale. What if it's not Laugh-Tale? What if it's just ELBAF? Like someone literally waiting there. Or alternatively, and this doesn't make any sense because, well, it doesn't for reasons we're about to get to, but it could theoretically also be someone like Loki. Now, this doesn't make any sense because Loki is a giant probably, and in the silhouette, he looks nothing like this. But the reason why I bring this up is because it could be changed. Simple as that. Like, Loki could be like a shape-shifting weird dude and he's just waiting in like human form and that's it. It could be also something like that. Using your theory, wouldn't make more sense to be Clover's brother that died? I don't know. The whole Clover thing, I'm like not sure about that at all. I think it's much more likely that it's either the guy in the cover story, because he just hasn't popped up at all, or it's someone like Gabon, the Scooper. Aside from that, I have no clue who could it be. Maybe Rayleigh is swimmed over there. Actually, wait, hold on. If that is the cape with the cuffs and a bottle and a right hand, couldn't that be Shanks? Because Shanks supposedly left the island. But did he? It's someone who know that they're on their way to ELBAF that requires either insane hockey or inside info using a snail or something. Something like that, yeah. Because it does kind of look like Shanks. I think there have been scenes where Shanks is like sitting with the bottle. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like supposedly they left when they one-shot Kid. Like in my brain, when he said it's time to go get it, or whatever he said, because he said the same thing in Wano. He was like, it's time to finally go race for the One Piece or go get the One Piece, whatever he said. I thought that was like a, that's it, we're packing up and leaving, because, you know, the funny, goofy thing of whenever Luffy gets close to meeting Shanks again, Shanks disappears. Because, you know, One Piece. But, technically we didn't see them leave. I wouldn't be too surprised if it's someone from Kid's crew or Shanks. That could work. I want to know what happened to Kid. Okay, I like this. Left field guess it's Loki, who is also the fake Shanks that showed up at the Reverie. I would be, and like, you genuinely have no idea how much I would love for that to be true. Except Bon Clay's fruit exists. That is the only thing why I don't think this could be true. The only thing. Because if Oda made a dude with a devil fruit, well, to be fair, I say that, but Devon also exists, and Devon does the same thing. Devon can become different people, just like Bon Clay. So I say that, but it's not even true. What I was going to say, though, if Oda made a character like Loki, who is literally, like, the only thing this character does is sow chaos, just like Loki, I would be more than down. I would be so happy if you were right, but I don't think you are, because we already have, Devon and Bon Clay. Could the burns be ice burns? If that's the case, it could be Saul on ELBAF. We talked about it being Saul for like a very, very long time. Like the thing that confuses me about it being Saul is how secretive it is. Because we already know that Saul is waiting. So the whole like mystique around giving him a title doesn't make much sense anymore, you know? A god fruit that has the ability to, like a true shapeshifter, they don't need to touch. And that's what I mean. Like, we have similar fruits, but I think it would get, like, I don't know if Oda wants to do that. Because there are too many similar abilities with, like, deception. What I'm still curious about is, people called me a madman. People called me a madman, but I'm very curious about what is clearly Davy Jones in the anime. It is clearly Davy Jones, and they've clearly been given direction from Oda to like, visualize him as Davy Jones. It is true, and no one can tell me that it's not true, because it is true. Davy Jones. Let's look at him. Let's look at him right now. Yep. True and based. Basically, yeah, I think the short list of who this could be is this guy. Whoops. Is this guy. It could be, theoretically, Shanks. It could be someone from Roger's crew, like Gabon. And that's kind of about it. Because the whole, like, come on, it seems very ominous. It seems very, very ominous. Because when have we gotten, like, a scene that is that, like, I'm waiting for you? Is Jack Sparrow? Honestly, I'm sold. I am 1,000,000% sold. Totally new character. Normally, I would say that makes a lot of sense, but there are so many, like, floating names. And we are in the final saga. I don't know if we have enough space for, like, totally new characters. One of the Whitebeard Pirates? The Whitebeard Pirates have been utterly decimated, so it could be... Which, by the way, what the hell is Oda doing with Weevil? Where is he and what is he doing? I don't know. Oda's written in so many, like, new characters recently, and none of them have gotten resolutions, and I'm like, bro, How many of these people am I supposed to keep in mind, and how many of them am I supposed to, like, constantly keep asking questions about? The only new characters we'll meet, are either named ones we haven't seen, or from, known factions that we haven't explored, like the Godly Knights. I think there will be new characters on ELBAF, I just don't think there'll be ones that are, like, tease-worthy, you know? I think there's going to be a lot of people we meet on ELBAF that are just like the locals. You know, like the, oh, this is our local problem. Oh, boo-hoo, I need the Straw Hats' help. It's so cool that you showed up. Your friend Shanks, yada, yada, yada. So I do think there will definitely be, like, new characters on ELBAF, but I don't think they're going to be, like, overarching characters, right? It's going to be, like, just the locals. Because, the thing I'm describing is, like, specifically characters that are super, super, super long-running. And ones we know nothing about. Like, Dragon sort of fits the bill, too. Dragon's been doing a lot recently, but he's still not doing anything. Loki is a 1,000,000%. Loki, I think, is going to be the primary, like... And I don't know if Oda is even going to make Loki, like, a villain or an antagonist. I think there's almost a higher chance that Loki will be just an antagonist, and not necessarily, like, a villain. Lost in translation about Kizaru? Let's look at that. Let's look at that. Lost in translation, Kizaru has a habit of extending the ends of his words as he did when he starts talking about Akainu. But on this panel, his habit is lost. Even Fujitora's tone when he argued with Akainu was a bit polite. Kizaru's tone is far more aggressive than Fujitora's rage. This is like nice to get a confirmation, but I don't think I needed a confirmation for this. I think the way the panel was framed, like, conveyed that very well. I don't think I needed, like, a lost in translation thing there. But yeah, I think that is basically it. This is like a very, very nice just wrap-up chapter. So basically, long-term predictions is that I don't know about the person. The person is, like, weird. The Vegapunk thing, I still think the Vegapunk thing is gonna be, like, it's not gonna be full Vegapunk, if that makes sense. Also, why in the bloody hell is Frankie wearing a cowboy hat? I didn't realize this the first time I was reading. He has an actual cowboy hat. And it's the most cursed thing I've ever seen in my life. Which, by the way, complete side note, I watched, like a 10-minute explanation video of how cowboy hats are made, like custom-fit cowboy hats, and it's so complicated. It's so complicated. I thought it was just like they make a hat and get, like, a thing that fits your head. But no! It's so complicated! Scanlation for the panelists, come and see for yourself, you well, I don't even know what that is. That sounds very offensive. Someone really... Oh, it's just an ungrateful person. Someone really brought out thesaurus for this chapter. They really did. They really, really did. Yeah, it's a break week next week. But yeah. The only prediction I can say is that I don't think we need to worry about, like Lilith suddenly doing a massive, massive, massive lore drop. And also, I wonder if... maybe the thing on her ear is an actual receiver. Because the way she, like, does it, it is, like, almost... I might be wrong about the whole she's not connected to the island. She might be connected to the island. Lilith suddenly feeling hungry implies that she's not just evil anymore? I guess. Atlas messed with her receiver. I think the receiver thing is what, like, yeah, because at first I was like, I don't think there's any way that, like, they can sail this far away from the island and they would still have access to punk records. But now that there is, like, this explicit scene of her actually listening to it, maybe she does have an actual receiver that is constantly going on. I don't know. I guess we'll see in a couple weeks. I guess we will. Because Oda promised when we met Vegapunk, we would learn about the devil fruits. We still haven't learned all that much about devil fruits. The only thing we learned about devil fruits is that they come from people's dreams. That is not learning about devil fruits. That is like a, you know, far off idea of how they're created in the first place, how they're manifested. I want to know more. Whoops. A solar flare did not hit the mainframe. But yeah, I'll leave it there for today. And we'll see. Have a wonderful weekend. Have a wonderful start of your week. And then I'll see you back whenever I see you back. Have a good one. Bye-bye.